Hi everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Today, first of all, I know I've been away for a while. Gosh, it's been almost 2 months. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but apparently it has. And so I've been away for a little while. I want to fill you in a little bit on some of that. I don't want to take too long about this because I just want to give an explanation and just kind of move on. So I'm just looking over here. What is that? Oh, okay. So here's the deal. The last time you saw me, today we're going to put together some of this stuff for a journal that I just kind of started throwing together. Just kind of get my mojo back a little bit. So last time I had a video up, it was December 17th. I put up a video doing a flip through of my Christmas journal with the Victorian animals in it, which I just loved. It was a really beautiful journal. And the next day I got sick, very, very sick. As a matter of fact, I was already not feeling that great when I was doing the video. I ended up in the hospital. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. Ended up in the hospital on the 18th of December. On the 19th of December, I posted that journal the night of the 18th after I did the flip through. I did post it on Etsy. On the 19th, while I was deathly ill in the hospital, I had a really, really severe attack of diverticulitis, and apparently my potassium had fallen to critical, almost non-existent levels. And they were very concerned for my health because I didn't know that having critically low potassium could actually stop your heart. So I was on a heart monitor and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I was in the hospital for several days with them trying to bring my potassium back up, get my fever down, get the infection under control, et cetera, et cetera. On the 19th, somebody actually purchased the journal, and she was in Germany. And I didn't see it because I wasn't checking my emails or Etsy or anything. I wasn't even answering my husband's texts because I was feeling so ill. I didn't see it till I got out of the hospital on the night of the 22nd. Actually, I texted her the next morning when I actually bothered to start checking anything. And I told her that I had been in the hospital. I had been very ill. It's going to take me a while to recuperate. I was extremely weak. I hadn't been eating. Yeah, I had all kinds of issues. And with the diverticulitis, anybody knows about that. You can't eat a whole lot. It's liquid diet and, so yeah. So you're really kind of weak. So she emailed back and said, she understood. She wished me well, blah, blah, blah. Everything was fine. I said I would mail it after the holidays. And she was fine with that. So when I mailed it after January 1st, it was the first week of January, I mailed it. I used Etsy for the first time to do postage. And something happened it looked like it got stalled in Philadelphia, and that it wasn't going to be able to move any further through the system, and I couldn't understand why. So I contacted Etsy, and in waiting for Etsy to respond, I called the purchaser. And I told her that there was an issue. I was working on it with Etsy, and, I assured her everything was going to be fine. Well, about a day later, she emailed back and said, I don't want it anymore. I don't want the journal. I emailed her back the following day and told her, please try to be patient. It's on its way. In the interim, since I had gotten that email, and I'm missing something here. Oh, there it is. I had gotten an answer from Etsy, and they assured me it was moving. You know what? I've got things I can ink here. Let me do that while I'm sitting here. They assured me it was in fact moving through the system and everything was on time and, going. So I emailed her back and I told her that, and she said, I don't want the journal anymore. It's taking too long. So the next day, she filed a case against me for a refund. And within a matter of hours, Etsy gave her the refund. Now, the problem is I don't do this for a living. The only reason why I sell my journals is I have 3 reasons why I sell my journals. 1, because I want to produce beautiful things and put them out into the world. And so that's one reason to sell them. 2, what could I possibly do with all the journals that I make? I don't think I could write in all of them. I don't make many, but I don't think that I could, keep going with them. Looks like I did these. So then I think I'm going to have to reback these guys. So that's something I'm going to have to do. So the other reason is because it helps me to recuperate, to recoup some of the money that I spend on my supplies. So that not everything, I'm going to just, these are my glasses for outside. So not everything, I'm not just constantly spending money. I get a little bit back. Not much, but a little bit, I get some of that back. Looking for the other one of these. There should have been 3. There it is, or 2 rather. So, that being said, I don't keep a lot of money in the account. There was a little bit of money in the account, but I used part of the money that she gave me to mail the journal to Germany. So when Etsy gave her the refund, my account was about $10 short. So because I had mailed the package later than what my shop says I should, and because there was not enough money to cover the refund at that particular time, which there was within 2 hours of the email coming to me that they were going to give her a refund, we put money into the account so there'd be money there. But apparently it didn't quite make it before Etsy ran it. So they shut down my shop, needless to say. So if anybody has tried to go to my shop and it says that I'm no longer selling on Etsy, it's because they shut it down. They said I could appeal it. I tried to appeal it. I told them the situation, that she was fine with it, et cetera, and it didn't matter. So my shop has been permanently shut down. So I am waiting to have it completely deleted. I've tried to, but because they have a refund policy for 180 days after the last purchase, which was one of my letters, I have to wait until July to completely shut down my shop. So in the meantime, I am trying to decide. I think what I'm going to end up doing is actually opening my own web page, and I'm going to sell through there, and I'm going to need help because I don't know how to do this stuff. So all this to say this, the woman in Germany ended up with her money back, and she also ended up with the journal. She would not send it back. I asked her if she would send it back, and she said no initially. And then later, after Etsy had shut down my shop, she decided she did want to pay for it. And I told her, well, now there is no way for me to pay for it because Etsy will not speak to me. They will not allow me to ever open a shop again. They will not take any emails from me. They will not answer anything. If I try to correspond with them, they will not correspond back with me. There is no phone number here in the US for them. You can only email, and in my case, they are not going to respond to me. So I say all this, one, to let you know that I will no longer have an Etsy shop. Hopefully by the summertime, I will be able to open a website, but I've got a lot of research to do. What I'm saying here is be very careful. If you're small, particularly, and I'm guessing, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. Etsy has, like, I don't know how many millions of vendors on their site. I looked it up, but I forgot. I don't know what the number was, but it was huge. And even more customers that frequent the shops. I was not a big fish in this pond. Okay, I was a little fish in this pond. I can't imagine what it would cost Etsy to, to monitor my account when my account is so small. Okay, I do very little business, as you know, probably know. I probably cost them more money than I was worth. So big or small, I just say this, be very, very careful. Make sure you know all of Etsy's rules and regulations, of which there are many. Do your best to try to keep up on them. I did not have the chance to keep up on them. Etsy makes it very easy for you to open a shop and sell, which makes it very easy for you not to follow up, which I didn't have the time to follow up, which is why Etsy was so convenient for me. Because of the type of work I do, my hours are very long, and I, as you know, don't get back here very often. So I just didn't have the time, and I took that for granted, and I shouldn't have. So I'm owning up to the fact that I did not follow up on all the rules and regulations that Etsy has out there. But through this whole ordeal, of which I have been on an emotional roller coaster, but I'm feeling much better about it now. Through this whole ordeal, I'm just going to pull out some stuff here because I do want to try to. This one has a back, but this one does not. And that's too short. Through this whole ordeal, I have tried, you know, to stay positive about it and, you know, just kind of look on the bright side of things and just believe that the Lord has better things for me, another venue, another place to be, another place to go. But be careful. Oh, I did do this one. Why didn't I did this one? I can't tell. I glued some of these just on parchment paper, and I'm not very happy with it. I think I'm going to just glue them onto that. Just be very careful. Make sure that you know everything that's going on with them. Every time they change something, every time they up something, look through everything. Click on anything you can find, because not everything that I could see that you needed to do was apparent on your like account page, what they call your dashboard. Sometimes you had to click on things to get to something else that would tell you that there's something else you would need to do. I say this just for your protection. It seems that Etsy will side more quickly with the customer than they will with their sellers. So do all you can to protect yourself. If you're on Etsy, if you are planning to be on Etsy, it is easy, but don't take that for granted. Because it's easy, don't just let it be easy. It's not completely easy. You are responsible for a lot of things. So all that being said, I'm just going to move this one to the side. So as I get new developments on a website and how that's going to be, I will certainly let everybody know. I am going to continue to make some journals so that I have some journals to put in, put into the new shop, as it were. So there'll kind of be a supply there. I have to work with my son, who, as you all know, lives in New Jersey. So it's going to take a little time. And I have a lot of research to do on how to do the shipping, how to do taxes, and all those things that Etsy could take care of for you, I'm going to be responsible for. So, but I'm happy to not do a third party, to not have somebody else call the shots, as Etsy did with me. Like I said, it just seems to me no matter what I had done, they should have seen the fact that she had ordered it, and then after it got in the mail, she decided she wanted a refund. And then it was left up to me. Etsy would not help. It was left up to me to try to get the journal back, which of course, at the time, she wouldn't give it back to me when I still had the shop, and then decided after my shop was closed that she wanted to pay for it, and then I had no way to do that. So I'm out that money and I'm out that journal, but I have learned quite a bit. So that being said, guys, we're going to move on from here on a positive note. I am doing let me reach up here and grab this down. I'm grabbing all kinds of things. I started a tall, thin journal. I don't know if you can see all of this in the camera. Yeah, well, kind of if I turn it sideways. So I started a tall, thin journal. You can see it there. This is, I believe the papers are from UniquelyElla, and they are called Nostalgia. Okay. I do have some other pages in here, which I don't know if I put them in here yet. I think I have them upstairs because I need to tea dye them. Yeah, so these are gonna be little side tucks in here. So these are her pages. I'm gonna put some invoices, some French invoices, some couple of French dictionary pages. They're digital. I almost always use all digitals because I just don't have the other stuff. But I have, pockets here, and so stuff has to go in it. It's just going to be a single signature. And yeah, so this is what we're working on, or what I'm working on. You didn't see me. This is the back. Let me try to hold this. You know what? I can show you here. This, okay, is painter's paper. It's this color. I crinkled it up really, really a lot. And then I inked it. I don't know if you could see the difference. Okay, just ink. And I used the vintage photo on here. That's all I did. I went over it with the brush, and then I went over it with my dauber to hit the higher points. So that doesn't show a lot on here, but a little bit. So I'm using a lot of this throughout the book. I made a couple of big pieces. So that's what's here on the cover. On the back, I covered the whole thing with that, okay? And then on the inside is this is from her. This is actually also part of the papers from UniquelyElla, and as is this. And then I just added lace, and this is some ruffled. I did it with glue. Just squished it to give a ruffle along the edge here. But you can also see that here's the center with the crinkled paper. So I thought it looked really pretty. So, and I did decorate the front. I was really kind of pushing because of everything that was going on, because I had been so ill, because I've had subsequent issues afterwards with bursitis and sciatica and, you know, just some other things that were going on. It's been like crazy these last couple months, and trying to get well. I've done some radical life changes in that I have to drink water every day. So I have my 40-ounce thing here. I have to minimally drink one of these every day. So let me take a drink. So I have that. And yeah. So, and eating lots of potassium like crazy, and taking a huge supplement every day. So what I'm going to do here, first let me put this together. I got things pre-inked and pre-made just so that we can kind of throw them together a little bit. Oh, these pages, let me show you a larger one maybe that I didn't cut up, but I think I did. I think I cut up everything. Yeah, let me just take one of these. I cut some stuff out of here, as you can tell. These pages, I think it goes like that. I'm not sure. But these are from, I think it's Let's Design Creative or something like that. I'll have to check it for sure. And it's called Indigo Notes. And it's got these beautiful dark red and like navy blue colors, very soft but intense and bold. And because of Ella's papers, which, let me see if I can find something whole from her, because I've been chopping things up. Okay, this is one of her papers here. Because of that, and some of it has, well, here you can see, this is from her. You can see there's some navy blue in here. So it goes really well. It pulls out, this kit, this Indigo Notes, pulls out a lot of the blue that's in this nostalgia kit, which I really liked. So this is also from the nostalgia kit. I just cut it out of a piece of, you know, one of the larger papers. So they're kind of collaged, her pages. So that being said, so I'm actually using 2 kits, and these came, I remembered it and now I've forgotten it. Let me see. Oh, okay, here it is. It's from Ephemera. These are from, I have a couple of them here, 3 of them actually. From Ephemera for Days. Ephemera for Days. And it's the, I forgot now because I've got another thing over here. It is the vintage floral labels. Okay, and I printed them on a cream colored paper, so they're a little more toned down. Yeah, so I cut this out of the Indigo Notes. I am going to cover that butterfly, sadly, but I am going to cover it. So let's get started on putting these things together. I've yacked for far too long, but I have explained a lot. So yeah, it kind of was a lot to get moving again, but I am on a new journey, let's say. I have started really, I really need to try to get this thing cleaned out because it's just a little too not coming out. I have started really organizing again down here because it really is a mess. I mean, you see people put up their, bless their hearts, they put up their pictures of their craft rooms and they're like, oh my gosh, it's such a mess. It's like, yeah, well, so's mine. It's horrible. And a lot of my stuff is, you know, it's in cardboard boxes because I move, and that's kind of just where I leave it, is in these boxes and stuff like that. This is still not wanting to come out. It's a little bit better. But I have started really organizing things, and I got myself a couple more of these utility carts. Yes, I have been on Temu, and actually I did watch the Super Bowl and saw the commercials, at least here, and the commercials were saying, they say Tamu is what they say, like Shamu, like the whale, and only it's Tamu. That's what they're saying. I'll probably always call it Temu nonetheless. But yeah, so I got I had already had one that I had picked up at a thrift store years ago. I can't believe that I'm coming up on like 4 years of doing this stuff. It's amazing. Actually, I guess it was 4 years like last year in October when I first really started making anything. I put this up higher because it matched the cut better, and I want to put a little trim down here. I don't know what that's going to be, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. I don't mind it off, you know, this coming off a little bit. That's fine. I kind of like it, actually. I haven't decided yet if I want to put any trim here and something here. I don't know if I do, if I'm going to come down the side. I don't know yet. So, but anyway, and I'm not putting these in the book. I'm just making them right now. So this said C. Oh, because it was C for corner. That's what it was. This is a corner pocket. Okay, I got it. So, yeah, I've been changing my diet, obviously, drinking the water. I dragged this beautiful travel mug. It's only for cold, which is good because then it doesn't tempt me to put anything else in. But my sister-in-law gave it to me for Christmas, which was like right on time. And so I've been dragging this around with me, and my goal is to drink at least one of these every day. So I have been, and then of course I have water by my bedside and, you know, that kind of stuff. And I might drink something else here or there, but because I want to make sure that hangs off, and I want a little blue showing here. I'm just going to pick this up to make sure I've got it straightish. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this glue out here for right now. I'll glue that again when it's time to put it in the book. So yeah, so I've been, you know, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, studying up on what has potassium. I know everybody's going to say, oh, eat bananas, and I do. I eat a banana every day, but bananas don't have as much potassium as some other things do, particularly leafy greens. So I've been eating a lot of spinach, a lot of mixed salad greens, not just, you know, regular old ordinary lettuce, but the mixed greens kind of things, and whatever I can find. So far my potassium has come up within reason. Okay, so that's going to be the pocket. This is the tag, and it's not going to fit completely in the pocket. It's just going to kind of sit kind of out. I don't want to cover this, so, but I do want to see the flower, and I am going to have to trim off the edges of the, I forget where I got these. I'm trying to see if they're around me anywhere, but I'm not seeing them. I think they're over by my printer. I'm trying to remember whose these were. I'll try, before I finish, you know, the whole journal, I'll try to see if I can find out whose they were, and put that in the description box eventually. If it doesn't go in before, hopefully I'll have it in for the flip through. Yeah, I've got this cut here so I could get inside. So yeah, so I've been focusing more. I have to drink the water. I do have my tea in the morning. Tea is, like most things with caffeine, can be very dehydrating. So I have cut back on how much tea I drink, because dehydration can lead to lower your potassium. We're trying to determine if there's something that causes me to not hold on to the potassium. Was it strictly that I wasn't eating enough stuff? Because I love salads and things like that. And I know that I was not eating well before Christmas. I was eating fast food, pizza, sandwiches, and I knew it. I knew what I was doing, and it did catch up to me as far as the diverticulitis was concerned, because I can't do that. I can't get away with that and then think I'm going to stay healthy, because I won't. And this time it didn't just take me to the emergency room. This time it put me in the hospital for 4 days. So yeah. And let me tell you something. It took 12 bags of intravenous potassium and 14 pills to get my potassium levels up to where they belonged. There we go. I'm sorry if my head goes in here. I do apologize. I put a whole new stash of these up, which is good. And if you've ever had to get, you know what, I want to move this over because I see that this came from the bottom of that petal. That's why I love this glue. Just pick it up and move it. But if you've ever had to get intravenous potassium, or if you're a nurse and you're watching this, you know, to get potassium intravenously is extremely painful. It burns terribly at the site going into your hand or your arm. I don't want to do that. You know, wherever they're putting it in. Well, my ports were in my hands. At one on this side first, and then this one kind of blew out and my hand swelled, so then they had to put it in here. And so I had 12 bags for the 4 days I was there. I had, well, 3.5 days I was there, whatever it was. They would give me 4 bags a day, and it took 6.5 hours because they had to dilute it down with the saline so that I could tolerate it with ice packs on my hands. And believe me, it still burned. It was extremely painful, and I sat for 6.5 hours every day like that, just watching the clock, waiting for the time to go by so that they would come and, you know, stop doing this. And then they'd come and take my blood again. And they'd come back and say, you know, it's still too low. And so the next day, back on the potassium again. And it was just horrifying. Plus, they were giving me pills every day. 4 bags of potassium and 4 pills. And still, when I left the hospital, they let me out because I hit 3.5 for my potassium level, which is the minimum for normal. Normal goes from 3.5, I think, to 5.2 or 5.6 or something like that. Yeah, so they let me out late on Thursday night. And yeah, I was really ill for a long, long time. So we're just gonna ink these little bits that I just cut off. And that takes care of this set. So that is going to be, I just have to decide what kind of trim. I don't know. We'll see how much time I have. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, this one I've kind of shoved. Let me pull this back out. All right. we're going to do this one. And I think I'll take care of these. This has to come back. That has to go with that one. I'll take care of whether or not I'm going to redo those tags, you know, reback them at a, I won't do it here. I'll do it off camera. This is a belly band. And it's going to hold several tags. It's going to hold these 3 bigger ones, these 2 smaller ones, and this one, okay, for how we put it together. So what I did here was I took some burgundy, I want to call it cardstock, but it's very, very flimsy. So I backed it, and we're going to get to this stuff too in another video. I just took some, and I think I put it away. This is just gold acrylic paint. I went around it, dipped it in a paintbrush in it, and just lightly kind of went around it just to kind of give it a little oomph. This is some of that paper again, same thing, and I backed it onto, you could see, I was checking my printer, and this is what I do with a lot of these scraps or misprints that I can't use, or parts of misprints that I can't use, or the parts that I cut away, you know, when you're cutting out ephemera or something. And we're going to do a video with those things at another time. So what I want to do here, this is just going to get glued down. Okay, this is going to be the back. This, however, and I don't know how well you can see this, I have lines drawn here. Okay, well, little kind of lines. All right. This one here, all right, are going to hold these cards, which are the larger ones, okay? 1, 2, 3. So we are going to glue on this line, we're going to glue on this line, and we're going to glue on this line and all down here, this line and all down here, okay? And then we're going to put it on top of this. So let's go ahead and do that. The thing here. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of scripture reading. I've been doing a lot of praying for, you know, not just for my health and for, you know, to give me the fortitude to do what I have to do, because I've just kind of let it all fall by the wayside. It's not my habit to take good care of myself. So I have to create a new habit, to do that, you know, and take care of me and make myself a priority. I was working just absolutely crazy hours and just not doing what I needed to do for me. And I have to make myself a priority. I just have to do that. So I've been trying to work on that and figure out what I'm going to do, you know, with all of those kinds of things. And I've had a lot of people praying for me and talking with me, and yeah, like sharing the load with me, which has been a blessing, in all honesty. I'm just going to kind of let this dry a little bit, because I find that if it gets a little gummier because it dries some, it sticks a little bit better while I'm working and doesn't ooze out. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it a little closer to me just so that I can try to get it where I want it. Okay. We're just going to press that down and give that a minute, because I don't want to really, you know, push the glue out. I've got a string here. And if anything needs to be trimmed, I will go back and trim it. I don't know that it'll really matter too much, but so that's that. Okay, next one, somewhere. There's another one, someplace. I will find it. My goodness. This is what happens because I pushed it all over to the side. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Yes. All right. And then this one goes this way, if this is the top of the belly band. Okay. And here's the same thing. This is all going to be glued from this line down. This line here to here is all going to be glued. And this, you could see how many times I was playing with this. I made a mess, but you don't see the back. And then this whole end. So that's what we're going to do here. Just go ahead and get this glued. Actually, let me start up here so then I don't put my sleeve in it, right? So I've been, keeping notes and writing things down and what are my priorities and how do I want to start living my life from here on in. Um, what is it that I'm trying to achieve? What is it, and how would I go about achieving that? And I've come up with a lot of different things that have been very beneficial for me, giving me a whole new perspective on things and how to look at things. And yeah, I'll get into, well, I don't want to do that. I'll get into a lot of that as we go further along. I'm not going to do it all here. I'm in a decent shirt today because I have to go back to work. We're just taking a quick break because we have, oh, for goodness sakes, because we have evening programs tonight at our church. So we come home for a minute well, a little more than a minute in the afternoon, take a quick break, regroup a little bit, which is good. We're not as dynamic as we used to be when we were younger. And truly our health has to take priority. It really does. It really does. So, okay, well, we know that's going to be good and dry because I've dropped it 3 times. So let's just get this one to thicken up a little bit. There we go. And top. Okay. So anyhow, hopefully getting this centered where I want it. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're just going to go ahead and press that down. So we've got these 3 layers, progressively narrower as they come up to the top. I might just trim that little bit, and this is not stuck down. That's the paper itself on the card. I'm going to leave that on its side. If I find anything later, I will do that. And then this is one of those nice labels. I backed this one, though these I didn't because they're just going to go onto a solid piece and not have any edges. This will. So yeah, so what I want to do is I want to try to get these little guys in. So let me get these, show you what I'm trying to do here. This one's going to go here. I'm trying not to get it into like any glue. And it doesn't, they may not necessarily go in this order. Not that you see anything anyway once they're in here, but let's get this one in here. Then one of these is going to go here. One of these is going to go here. This is a lot easier to see when, and that's why I wanted them in, so I know where I want to put that. Okay, so essentially, let me see if I can do a little mark here. Try to get this centered. Okay, so we're going to go here, here. Hopefully not go past these lines. Let me just draw a couple little quick lines here. So, yeah, so that's been my saga for the last couple of months. But, yeah, so, oh, one thing I did want to say, and I know I've said this before, and I have to say it again, and this time I have to really stick to my guns, because on so many levels, it really has to be done. And that is, I really, if anybody would ask me to be on a design team or even to do a guest design team spot, I would have to say no from here on in, at least for a long while. Oh, for crying out loud, I can't hold on to anything today. And the reason being is I've got a little leeway in here, but nonetheless, I'll push these all the way up. It doesn't have to be centered. And all the way down. And yeah, something like that. Doesn't really matter much. Okay. Because I know that I have trouble keeping those commitments My problem is people ask or have asked in the past, and I hate saying no, but I most times will end up disappointing them because I can't get things done on time. I can't manage to get them finished or whatever it is. And I have things that I owe people. As far as design team things are concerned, I have things I owe people that they have asked me to make for them. And I have not finished a lot of these things. And I find it very difficult to be creative when I put that kind of pressure on me because I just don't have the time. I'm forced into, this is just a for instance, guys. I cut a picture out of the one side of this, so, but this is just a for instance how this would go in the book, like so, on a page, probably a little further over, so that it's not right in there. But that is the belly band. And then this one, we can take it off of here. Let's open it to this side. Put it on a plain page because that is where the other card will go, under here. And I'll probably end up putting some sort of a tab or something on that one so that it's easy to pull out, because it's not as wide as the rest of these cards are. So I'll put something to pull it out, but essentially that is going to be the belly band. Okay, so we did that, and this is the, what do you call it there? Okay, let me do this. All right, that was a little complicated. All right, the next one, and I'm going to need, let me get this back. You know, and I'm going to turn this so that I can work with this. Okay, this would be one of the smaller, more narrow pages in my book because I have to, well, all of them would be, because I have to cut off the borders. But this way, I will work with doing these. And this is going to be a 3 pocket. That's all it's going to be. And I'm going to glue it together how I want it. Okay. And I think what I'll do is I'll just put a little mark there and a little mark there. And then it has to be down far enough to cover the, you know, this thing here. Okay. Try to make sure that I've got, whoops, the edges straight. I think I do. Let's put a little mark there and a little mark there. And yep, I can see that. And I'm going to use the art glitter glue here on this. Hoping I have this. Yeah, it looks okay. Okay. Let's try to. This is me trying to figure out just how close I am to the paper, because I don't have that depth perception, as you all know. So I come at things very slowly, like, because I think I'm a lot closer than I really am. Okay, I think we can manage with that. All right, then, just looking at it, looks pretty even. My little pencil mark here to here. And I am not going to make these like individual pockets. I'm just sort of making them one. Okay, there to there. I did a new thing here. I know you can't see it for this, but I see so many of the ladies doing you know, they're crafting on these really pretty backgrounds. And you know, I always have the I think I had marked this to be a little lower, but that's okay. I think we will be all right. Somewhere here I have a square. Here we go. So I was like, well, you know, I wonder how they do that and how they get it. And I thought, you know what about contact paper? So I went and I got some contact paper. And I know you can't see this exactly, but what I did was, I'm just going to move this back. this is my Tim Holtz thing so that the glue will come off, because I found it doesn't come off of here. But I did this, yay! And this is my mat. This is my old cutting mat that I've got glue on, and I've got, you know, razor marks in and all kinds of stuff. I just covered this with vinyl, and I don't think I have it right here. But on this side I have gray. On the other side I did dark brown wood planking. And I thought this would be so nice from the spring, summer, and into early fall. And then when we get into the fall and winter, flip it over and do the dark brown for the winter. So I thought, you know, cool. So that's what I did. So when we glue this on the page, let me find this. This is just going to go here, and I'm going to end up cutting this off. So I think I'm going to do that right now. Just get this little guy around. That tail is really cute, but it doesn't quite make it. And for this book, I am using walnut stain. Not real heavy, but because of the bold colors, I thought it would work better. So I am going to put this on here. I did think that if I did do it, it would get on and stay on nicely. It's just a question on where. And probably no lace on this because of how I did the pockets with the thumb holes. And I will probably put some more butterflies on. So yeah. I have an S on this one, and honestly, I don't, oh, because that was a single pocket. That's what I was saying. Just a regular old ordinary, you know, pocket. Only I ended up making it 3, not 1. But it's just, you know, pocket in the middle of the page kind of thing. So my goodness. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of all over with my thoughts right now, and I do apologize because I am still trying to get my head around everything. I'm trying to do everything kind of at once. And, all right, let's bring this down and over. And that works. It goes just to the edge. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So when this is on a page, whatever that page may be, but I'm going to use this one. When this is on the page, we have this tall one that can go in the back and all the way down for the most part. Then, actually, I probably end up leaving this one up a little higher. Then this one can go here. Okay. Actually, I think, did I have it the other way around? No. Okay, this one in the back. This one can go here, like so. Okay, down a little bit. And then this one goes here on the bottom, like so. And they graduate and go down. Now, I'll probably do lace or something to help break up some of that blue a little bit, but that's why I wanted the pocket lighter, so that it would contrast with the darker colors in the tags. So that is that one. Again, I don't know where they're going in the book. And I do have some butterflies here. So he's a little brilliant, so I probably would ink him over. I have this pink one that can go on. Again, they're very bright. So I probably, trying to see what else is in here. Had like a dark blue one. There's this one with some yellow, but again, they're bright. He's not too bad. I'd probably, you know, just maybe a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm free to go back and decide what I'll do later with that. Okay. Oh, that was it. So we did that. So we did the 3. We did, let me put this over here. We did the 3 pocket one, and just gonna, that'll look like that. Then we did this one, and like I said, I will probably add some labels and lace and some things somewhere. Let me move this over. And then we did the belly band here. Get rid of that one. And that will go in here like so. And then we just have to decide how I want to be able to pull that out. The one underneath. Maybe I'll do a tab with a charm. I have This might be a little, I'm trying to see, like maybe one like this or something. Put a tab on it where the charm could possibly hang off. Well, it would be good if I actually put it on the right way. Yeah, so I don't know, because I've got, you know, some goldy things on the cover and stuff, that might look nice, and that might be a way to pull that tag out. So we'll just have to see. So let me see if I can move these over a little bit, but this is what we have worked on thus far. So I'm looking forward to finishing this. Yeah, I'm looking at it through the camera and it looks really pretty. Let me see here. I'm wanting a butterfly, can you tell? Yeah. That looks nice. What do I have here? Trying to see. Isn't this a pretty dish? Let me turn it sideways. It's got like pokey things on it. Love myself some cut glass. Love it, love it. There's dark blue. That might actually be nice, but I think I have a smaller one. It's really small. But still, that might be nice. Come here. Put him down there, and maybe, what do I have here? It's pink. I have some small, oh, here's a little gold one. That might be nice too. I have to cut out his antenna. Could be good. I could put a label. I don't know. I might put a little word or something. I put a word down here. Very good. I do like the blue though. I don't know about him, but I do like the blue because I like how that it brings it down. It brings the blue down. So that's what we, oh, see? Put those away. I have butterflies for this. Look at that. See that? I do. Let's put them on. Let's put them on. Okay. I'm still under an hour. Barely. But I'm still under an hour. So yeah, so I've been moving things around and going, oh my gosh, look at all these things I have. I got to start doing stuff with some. It's terrible. I'm telling you. It's terrible when you have all this stuff. You don't know what you're doing with it. So, okay, I want to just stick that there. I don't want it to stick to the cards just in case I went over too far with the glue. I don't want it to stick down too hard. You know, I'm trying not to push it down too hard is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and this one's going to go this way. Like so. So pretty. Ah, love it. Okay. So that's it, guys, for today, for this video. So just keep following along with me. And as I get developments on what I'm going to do and where I'm going to be, I will let you know. In the meantime, you can watch as I continue to make some stuff for the shop. And behind the scenes, I'm going to be finishing up some of my obligations, former obligations. And some of those you may actually see in a flip through or something here when I'm through. We'll just have to see. But in any case, that is my saga and my story for now. So if you're praying, people, pray for me. Keep me in your prayers that I can really do well with keeping up on my health and making these life changes I need to make. And yeah, and finding a new place to settle in and sell my journals and go on a new adventure, because that's how I'm looking at it. God's calling me in another direction and I want to go. So in the meantime, guys, be safe, be happy, and be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.